go. All right. So here we are. And today I want to, of course, I'm Coach B. Introducing myself, I'm Coach B of the Ultimate Breakthrough Academy and the creator of the Ultimate Breakthrough Experience. And so today I'm doing a segment on breakthrough coaching, and really excited to just kind of share with you. I'm hopeful a lot of you are going to watch the replay and share it, um, and um, and like it and comment. But I wanted to sort of give you a quick overview of what breakthrough coaching is, because that's my specialty. That's the area that I've been called to, and being a coach has been, it's really changed my life, but it's helping so many people. Okay, so I have a book, and if you don't have the book, it's an ebook. If you don't have it, you can go to my website, which is actually here on the page now. You can go to creativeawakenings.us, and you can sign up for the mailing list, and I will send you, within 24 hours, I will send you a copy of that ebook, How to Get a Breakthrough, the Three Laws of Breakthrough. So today I want to talk about those three laws of breakthrough and how they apply to breakthrough coaching. Okay. Um, and I know the results. I know the results are tremendous, and they are proven, because I've walked through these three laws myself, and so a lot of what I talk about in the book is my own personal journey through breakthrough, coming out of religion, coming out of being confined and restricted. Hey, Leon, thank you, sir, for joining us today. So, so appreciate you for taking the time to join us. And so I know this is proven, uh, but one of the persons that I coach just sent me a quick email, and they were talking about how they were applying the laws of breakthrough and how they were already seeing changes in their lives. So I know that these laws, when they are activated in your life, they work. Okay, so here's the three laws of breakthrough. This is what we're going to be talking about today. The law of the mind, the law of the mouth. That's number two. And then the third law is the law of movement. Now, I'm going to go back in the book in the next few weeks, and I'm going to change some of the names, because when I wrote it originally back in 2016, 2015, actually the events that I talk about occurred in 2015. I got my breakthrough, and I entered into my new life, which I'm now in 2016. And so instead of calling the law of the mind, I think I called it the law of the head, the law of the mouth, and the law of movement. I believe those are correct as well. Hello, Pastor Cox. Thank you, sir, for joining us. And so, again, this is how I approach breakthrough coaching, even though each case is different. And the one thing we try to do is we are coaching people to create their own breakthrough and to come into their own breakthrough. Okay, but these are the laws that kind of guide our coaching practice and the coaching principles that we live by. So number one is the law of the mind. Okay, what is the mind? Well, the mind is that inner part of us. A lot of times when we think of mind, we associate it with the brain, but actually the mind and the brain is not the same. The brain is a physical organ. The mind is a spiritual. It's a spiritual part. I won't even call it an organ. The mind may operate in the brain, but it is not the mind. It's not the brain. One picture of the mind I love is it talks about how the computer is, the computer, you have the hard drive, and then you have the memory. And the hard drive is like the brain, but the memory is like the mind. But the mind is basically composed of your will, your desire, and your emotion. So that's really what your soul is. Your soul is your mind. Okay. As a matter of fact, whenever you see the word mind in the Old Testament, the Hebrew word nephesh means soul. So when the Old Testament writers wrote about the mind, they were actually talking about the soul, which is our personality. That's the part of us that makes us who we are. Okay. Well, so the law of the mind in breakthrough coaching, what I do in breakthrough coaching is I help people to renew their minds, because I look at the mind as basically, I look at the mind as attitudes, beliefs, and actions. Okay. Um, Attitudes, belief, and action. So basically, what happens when you are stuck? Okay, what has happened is your mind has been designed or developed in a certain way, and for a lot of us, once our mind has been developed in a certain way, we have what is called a mindset, and it's very hard for us to break out. Hey, cousin Jackie, good to see you. It's very hard for us to break out of a mindset, uh, whether it's negative or positive, okay? But in breakthrough coaching, I deal with people who have negative mindsets. I was just talking with a young person who has, great dreams, great potentials, but I told them the thing that's holding them back is their mindset. Now, of course, that person didn't agree with me, and then they did agree with me, and they said, "Well, the reason why I have this mindset is because of this job." But they've only been on the job for a couple of months. They've had that mindset long before that. And so in breakthrough coaching, I coach people to renew their minds, change their minds, and then get creative with their minds, or develop a creative mindset. Okay. And once our minds change, once we activate the law of the mind and we begin to change our minds, then we will start to see change in the other areas of our life. A lot of people are waiting for circumstances to change. They're waiting for their circumstances to change, but they're not willing to change themselves. Okay. They're not willing to change their minds. And it doesn't matter what your circumstances are for, because a lot of times your circumstances have been created by your mind. Okay. It's either been created by your attitude or by your beliefs or by your actions. And so in order for you to experience breakthrough, you gotta have a change. You gotta have a change in your mind. That's what the law of the mind is it talks about changing that mind. Being creative, having a creative mind means that you have a mind that's always looking at solutions. Uh, a mind that embraces challenges, but you're always looking for solutions, either for yourself or for others. And if you have a creative mind toward others, then from that mindset, you can develop a business or you can develop a ministry that will have impact on the lives of many others. That's the law of the mind. The second law is the law of the mouth, which is another word for confession. Okay, the law of confession, and the law of the mouth. The law of the mouth is the ability to speak. Okay, but this is what I like about. Hey, Irene, this is my definition for the law of the mouth. With your mouth, you have the power to appoint things in your life. You have the power to make appointments in your life. Like, let's say you want to appoint grace and favor in your life. Grace being the power of God released in the midst of your weakness. The favor of God is God choosing you, or God doing something in your life to show you favor, okay, or to show you delight or to give you an advantage? Well, you have the power with your mouth to appoint those things in your life. Let's say you want to change. You want to see a specific change in your life, then you need to start speaking that. That's what the law of the mouth is. So here in breakthrough coaching, I help people to change their speech. I'm returning to the young person I was talking about earlier. One of their barriers is every time they say something positive, they include a but. And so they'll say, yeah, I want to be great, but I can't because I've got this going on. This is against me, but I've got that against me, but I've got, this situation. And so I told them, every time you use the word but, everything that you say after but, it cancels everything before. And so you have the power, and this is what breakthrough coaching does. I help people to change their speech. I coach them to change their speech so that they can begin to appoint things into their life. Begin to appoint the goodness of the Lord into your life. Begin to appoint those blessings. You need to start appointing blessings in your life. And I'm not talking in a general sense. I'm talking in a very positive sense. What blessings do you want to see manifesting in your life? The law of the mouth gives you power to make appointments. Okay? And then the third law of breakthrough coaching is the law of movement. And the law of movement means that I break out. Okay, I know where I'm at. Where I'm at is not where I want to be. I know there's greater for me. I'm stuck. I'm confined. I'm restricted. I'm opposed. When I started coming into breakthrough back in 2015, the Lord gave me a prophetic word through my apostle. The apostle prophesied over me and revealed the plot of the enemy against me, which that wasn't a surprise. I know that the enemy was against me, and I know that the enemy was using people in the church that I was the pastor to oppose me. But the Lord says, this is the challenge the Lord said before me. The Lord says, I don't want you in this. I want you to break out. I want you to break through. And if you will break through, I will bring you out of this place. So listen, I was ready to go. I was ready to leave. And I started breaking through that very day. And although it wasn't immediate, it was a couple of months before I broke through. But I'll never forget the day I knew that my breakthrough was complete. We were having a service at the church, and a pastor's wife was there to speak. And although I don't remember what she specifically spoke about, but she gave a word that declared my breakthrough. She gave a word, and I knew that day that I had broken through. And by the end of the year, I was getting ready to move from where I was into where I am today, into a new state, new way of life, and all of that. So the law of movement is the law where you break out and you begin to move toward the thing that you see. So movement is linked to vision. So in breakthrough coaching, what I do is I help people develop a vision. Where do you see yourself in 60 days? Where do you see yourself? And once they develop that vision, then I help them to start moving toward that in a 60-day period. And I have seen every person that I've coached, they have reached their goal in that 60-day period. Now, when I was coaching in the past, because I've recently changed my entire program. So now I coach whereas I used to coach in 90, 60 or 90 days, now I'm doing it in 8 weeks. And I'm believing that people are going to change in an 8-week period, because I've seen people change in 8 weeks. They didn't really need 3 months with me. They didn't need 90 days with me. They've actually changed it in a 56-day period. All right. And so in the law of movement, I help people to start moving toward their vision. And although you can have a long-term vision, a 5-year vision, I just believe if you got a 60-day vision, that's going to really activate you. And once you reach that, then you can create a new vision for 60 days, and you can just keep moving, because that's what breakthrough is about. It's about keep moving. When you stop moving, then you stop breaking through. All right. So if you're interested in working with me, you want to contact me, send me an email at createwellth847@gmail.com. Write me an email. I'll let you know the process, what you need to do to get that first session with me, and we'll talk. We'll see if we're fit, okay? Because the most important thing is, am I the one to coach you? Am I fit? And are you a fit? Are you the kind of client that I can help to break through? All right, so I'm done today. Any questions from